Hey guys, today we're going to be installing a gray metallic epoxy floor. So the first thing we have to do is prep the floor. I'm going over it with our diamond grinder, our 350-pound beast. We just did a single pass east to west. Now I'm going to do a north and south run. This takes about 2 to 3 hours worth of time just to kind of get that main floor grounded down. Next, what we're going to do is we got to get the edges and corners. So you can see here I got the hand grinder out, and we're making sure to get the edges, the lip, the corners, and we're going over all the areas I couldn't get with the big grinder. As you can see, it creates some dust, so we're using some safety equipment to make sure we don't breathe that in. But after we get all the grinding done, we're going to vacuum and clean the floor. So we're going to get as much dust off this floor before we start doing any type of coats whatsoever, because the dust could and will help not make very good bonds. So I'm going to get that all up. And even after I'm done vacuuming, I'm still going to blow out the floor. As I got my blower here, I'm just trying to blow off all the extra dust I wasn't able to pick out with the vacuum. Just get it out of there before we start going into any coats. So the first coat, it's not so much a coat, but it's a crack repair process. The floor has dings, divots, and control joints. And I'm going to fill those in with our Thixo 5 crack repair. It's an epoxy-based crack repair, so it'll bond to the additional coats. But after the crack repair is cured, I'm coming in and I'm going to sand all those areas down just to kind of get it nice and level, smooth it out. So that way when we start applying coats, they'll not show on the finished product. So here we are doing our prime coats. We're just taping a couple of things up, and then we're going to do a wipe. The wipe is done just to minimize how much more dust. But after the wipe, we actually go into the coats. It's just 2 kits, quick and easy. Now we're going to do pigment coats. So this is a little color. It's a barrier in between the prime coat and the metallic, just to make sure that there's a smoother surface on the floor and a cleaner look before going into the main metallic coats. Looking good so far. All right, so we've got our pigment coat cured, and we're going to sand the whole floor to make it as smooth as possible before we put in the main metallic. So now when we got the floor smoothed and wiped, we're going to put on the metallic epoxy. We're using 5 kits on this floor for about 15 gallons. It's just a light gray. We're spreading it out, and we close it up. The product's looking good so far. The last thing we're putting on is our T200 clear coat. It's scratch resistant, slip resistant, and UV resistant. So this is going to make sure the floor looks good, lasts long for a very long time. Let's see how it looks.